The City of Soundsville is the name of this podcast, and as always, I am your host, Shadow Streak, and joined by me is...
RJ App. Yeah, that's who I am.
And we're back. Yeah, it is you. That is you. And we're back with another exciting episode of the City of Soundsville podcast. We are still in the midst of Season 3. We're right around the midpoint, actually.
Yes.
With the last couple episodes that we've done. The previous episode, we talked about Three Girls and a Monster and Monkey See Doggy 2, two episodes that I absolutely adore. And this week, we're going to be talking about two more episodes that I absolutely adore. Spoiler alert, and RJ does as well. Spoiler alert again.
Yes.
Yes, I'm speaking your opinion for you now, RJ, by the way. You're welcome.
Please. It's the right one. Everybody should already know it.
Yeah, honestly, it is the right one. This is actually a factual statement. Like, if you think these episodes are bad, you're actually incorrect. You're actually wrong. So be proud of yourself.
Yeah, there's no. I'm not going to do any devil's advocate for anybody. Okay?
No. There's no arguing this. There are objective opinions out there, and thinking these episodes are good is objectively correct. So, that being said, this is the season 3 pairing Jewel of the Isle and Super Zeros, two absolutely phenomenal episodes that I am really eager to talk about this week. I know RJ's really eager to talk about this week, and hopefully you, the viewer, listener, person, are excited to hear us talk about it. All half of you, because every time I reference the fact that nobody listens to this podcast, I have to keep shrinking the number. So by the end of this series, I'm going to be referencing like the 1/1,000,000th of a person that's listening or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, before we get into all that, RJ, do you have any news, any exciting updates to share?
Not at all. There's nothing. Nothing came out, and
there's nothing.
To be honest, I'm not going to show for Warner Brothers when we have the greatest half hour of television history as the subject today.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't really argue with that.
The greatest half hour in television history.
Yep, it is quite
more
amazing.
Critically acclaimed than Sopranos.
Yeah, actually, yes. More critically acclaimed than all of Breaking Bad.
All of it. And Better Call Saul. It's just Better Call Saul, actually, yes. Better
Call Saul, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Three
and
bags
all
full.
The actors are even better than Bob Odenkirk at his best. Steve the Monster, I'm sorry, just Emmy-winning material.
Oh my gosh. It's a masterful performance.
Yeah. Well, let's not jump ahead to that.
But you're right. We have to do one episode at a time. Are you sure you don't have anything else to share before we dive into these at all?
No, you sound like you're hinting at something.
I'm not. I'm actually just making sure, because
no.
I feel like our news section is very bare. Has been getting very barren.
Well, it's just me plugging merchandise that I don't have any merchandise to plug, and I don't want to plug any of the merchandise, to be honest.
That's fair, and also there's the fact that like literally just nothing is happening in Powerpuff World right now,
literally nothing
at all. So kind of limits us in what we can actually talk about. Also the fact that we're recording a bunch of these very close together in bulk, to essentially just build up a surplus. So
it is taking all
of the news we talk about anyway is like old news by the time the episodes come out. Yeah. Like I think this episode's probably going to be out in like July. We're recording this 2 days before Christmas. You're welcome. So this thing's not coming out for over half a year.
Yep, you're correct.
Yep. So Merry Christmas, everyone. And hey, you know what? If it does come out in July, if my schedule works out the way I think it will, hey, Christmas in July. There you go. We did this on purpose. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. I hope you all get what you want from Santa last year. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The sacred holiday, whatever, but like, what a treat for us! Like, what a present for us! Like, to get this episode. That is truly a gift.
Yeah, this is actually the perfect Christmas present right here. Is being worthy and being given the opportunity to talk about this episode.
Because if we were recording like getting twiggy with it, that would have probably just ruined my holiday. If we recorded that
that's
today.
like the Scrooge equivalent, like bah humbug. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But no,
to have this in the stocking was perfect.
This is amazing. All right. Here we go. Let's do it. First episode, Jewel of the Isle. Yes. I think this is the funniest episode of the entire show, bar none. I think it's the funniest episode. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of funny episodes, and we've talked about a couple. Child Fearing, Best Rainy Day. There's plenty of funny episodes out there. I think this one has made me laugh made me laugh harder than any other episode. This episode is hysterical. And it's a brilliant concept. So basically, the short synopsis of this episode is there's a, just a random criminal guy, basically just a crook or whatever, who steals a jewel. And the Powerpuff Girls try to stop him, but he manages to get away by essentially disguising himself unintentionally in a cereal factory. Unfortunately, the jewel that he stole fell into the giant, I guess, vat of cereal and ended up falling into one of the boxes. And then it is the criminal's basically main goal to get the box with the jewel in it back so that he can, succeed in his crime. Long story short, and we'll talk about the gags. The box that has the jewel in it ends up at the Powerpuff Girls' house, and he tries by any means necessary to get this box of cereal from the girls so that he can acquire the jewel. That's the premise. Now for the next however long, RJ and I are literally just going to sit here and recite all of the jokes.
Yes.
So what's your favorite gag in this episode, RJ? Because I can tell you mine.
You know what? There's
Although
so many.
It's hard to pick because there's a lot of good ones.
One of my favorites, I guess, is like the grandma babysitter sequence, and they just throw him out the window after that.
Mm-hmm.
They just get more intense. Like Buttercup has a very funny line. "Gee, grandma babysitter, what that's sort of an interesting mustache you have." And he says, "All the better to him." They just throw him out the window.
Yeah, that one's got a great build up. Obvious Little Red Riding Hood reference in the humor. I think that one's great. I will say my favorite gag in the whole episode, although there's actually two. My second favorite gag is when he's mowing the lawn for the girls. And the girls are out in their garden, which they've never been in any other episode. And I don't think this garden thing ever comes back. It's just for this one gag, and that's it. The girls it's like, oh man, it's great having our lucky Captain Rabbit King Nuggets out in our garden today. Like, this is the perfect spot. And then
the dude, so unnatural.
Yeah, and then the dude's like mowing their lawn, and I forget what they address him as, like what his name is or whatever. Mr. Fawn, I think it is. It's Mr. Fawn, right?
Yeah, Mr. Fan, yeah.
Or Fan, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't remember the pronunciation. I was looking it up.
Maybe the girls pronounced it wrong. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll go with Fawn if it's Fan.
Did you notice that his mower says Joe Deere on it?
What was that?
His motor says his lawnmower says Joe Deere on it.
Really? I did not notice that. Huh. Well, there's a reference. But yeah, anyway, they're like, "Hi, Mr. Fawn," or whatever. He's like, "Hi." He's like, and like, he goes to like, gets the cereal from the girls, right? And his cape gets stuck under the back wheel of the lawnmower. And like, as he goes to reverse, he gets the cape stuck up in the mower. And then the whole, like, he presumably gets sucked up off screen and basically gets eaten by the lawnmower, which I think is hilarious. My favorite gag in the whole episode, though, it's like basically the last main gag of the episode, where he dresses up as Santa to like go down the chimney, right?
Yes.
And like, basically, like, he tries to get up on the roof, and like, he's like, okay, so he tries stacking trash cans and they fall and he hurts himself a couple times. Then he gets, whatever. I think he gets a ladder at one point or something. But anyway, he eventually resorts to getting a helicopter. He gets in the helicopter, flies it to the top of the house, lands it there, gets out of the helicopter, gets knocked off the roof, and so he gets a second helicopter and parks the second helicopter right next to the first helicopter. And then the dude literally gets in the chimney and he just gets stuck there for what's presumably like 12 hours. And then the fire department has to come and like get him out or whatever. Oh my God. I love that. Just the second helicopter just kills me. I don't know why. I think it's the funniest thing. Yeah. Like, the dude, not only did this random criminal who's like clearly incompetent as all hell because he can't succeed at anything. Not only did this dude like have a helicopter on hand, he had 2 helicopters on hand. Like, where did he get those? I don't know. I always thought that gag was funny to me.
No, it's a very funny gag. And then Bubbles has like the iconic line, "Santa, are you crazy? It's summer."
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to mention.
And then he just breaks down crying. He's like, "I just wanted some cereal."
He just crying in front of
yeah, and then they give it to him and he just rips the costume off. It's like, dude, what are you? Oh my God.
One of the funniest things about this character is like, he clearly does just want cereal at the end, and like, he forgets his entire goal.
Yes, yeah, yeah. He gets so lost in it that like he forgets he's looking for the gem. He just wants this. He just wants the lucky Captain Rabbit King nuggets. Like holy crap, so good.
He literally ends with his line is like, "Sweetest of all cereals, you're finally mine." Like that's his goal.
Yeah, yeah,
And the ending,
yeah.
and then
And
he,
like,
yeah, the jewel falls in his mouth. It's like, "What you got there, Wabbit?" It's very funny.
yep,
And they have this like
yeah.
the quickest action sequence ever,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind
It's
of funny
super
just because
fast.
of
Yeah.
how like quick it is, almost like they were shoehorning it in.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like the only part of this episode that was like an afterthought, but it kind of adds to the comedy. What I really think is funny, one of my favorite visual gags is like they just throw him in the car like very rudely,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
just drive him off to prison. Yeah, and
Yeah. I mean, I
Blossom's
think.
line is great.
Yeah, I mean, I think the writing of this entire episode is just phenomenal. I mean, the gags they came up with for this is they are hysterical. You know, there's a lot. Another real major like highlight of the episode is like, so obviously the main like idea here is it's honestly it's great because like it was commentating on something that was like very prevalent at its time, which is cereal commercials.
Yeah,
You know, the 90s especially and into the mid 2000s, cereal commercials were everywhere and they were outrageous, and like every cereal had a mascot, you know, whether it was Lucky Charms or Trix or Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks, whatever it was. You know, all these cereal brands had commercials and mascots and whatever. And this episode was like very self-aware of how prevalent they were among children's television at the time, that they basically took it upon themselves to like, we're going to make a parody episode of this.
right.
And
And it
so
works with
this
the
episode is
characters.
full of references to that stuff. Like the main cereal that kind of stems from like most of what's referenced is Trix,
Trix
because the
and,
whole
Lucky
gimmick behind
Charms.
Trix. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, and Lucky Charms, but Trix more so because
Yeah, that is the
just
Trix rabbit.
the main yeah. So the main mascot of Trix is a white rabbit, and the whole idea, the whole slogan is "Silly Rabbit Tricks are for kids." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a cereal
such
for
a
kids,
loser.
and this rabbit is like Swiper from Dora, right? He's trying to get the cereal for himself, and the kids prevent him from doing that. And so this episode, the villain ends up dressing up as the Powerpuff Girls' in-universe version of Trix, which are Lucky Captain Rabbit King Nuggets. And the best part is like it's obviously again another like sarcastic exaggeration of the thing. Like, you know, Silly Rabbit Tricks are for kids. Well, the main slogan of the episode is ridiculous Lucky Captain Rabbit King. Lucky Captain Rabbit King Nuggets are for the youth.
Yeah,
You know, an
it's
obvious,
very obvious,
a very
like, copyright free.
like it's yeah, it's unashamedly a copyright, you know, copyright exempt.
yeah, they're
or
doing it on
copyright-free
purpose for
version.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah, like seriously. And and so like the episode goes all in on that. I mean, the mascot again, the criminal dresses up as a pink rabbit in like a Captain Crunch styled outfit. Like there's Captain Crunch inspiration there too with that mascot. And then again, like Lucky Charms, like the commercial, they literally got an animation, like a separate animation segment too, actually. Because we got Mech Animals, which is like a 3D animation, kind of in the style of like Reboot, like what Reboot looked like, and then we got the actual like 90s cereal commercial style art style and animation of like a commercial for the Lucky Captain Rabbit King Nuggets.
Well, let me say this: the CGI sequence is credited from Savage Frog, so they list Paul Davies and Ken Sullivan. So I'm wondering if it's just them two working on it, and that's just the company name they go by. But they were also on the series. I believe they were on Speed Demon. They did the CG in that episode.
Yeah.
So they're back doing like a Beast Wars parody, I guess. Well, I guess Beast Machines was the one going on at that time. Transformers, Beast Machines.
Yes,
and it's just very surreal because Powerpuff Girls doesn't usually use mixed media like that.
no. I mean, the most they've really done is like they switched up animation styles in The Bare Facts. You know, and like they did some effect stuff, like you mentioned in Speed Demon and a couple other episodes. There's like some effect stuff, but to actually just full blown change the style like that, this is it. This is the first time.
And it's also great. It's always great when like a voice actor completely understands like the parody you're going for. I mean, not to say that Tom Kenny knew what this was a parody of, but like his like over dramatic line reads like, "We will fight, Coroner. We will fight."
Yeah.
It's so hilarious.
Yep.
You know, And it's just so unexpected too. Like I'll say about the cereal commercial, that's credited to Randy Myers, so I figured that this was just like animated overseas with special care, but he's listed, so I really wonder if he didn't
Okay.
just like pencil this in himself. So he directed the episode too, so that means he pretty much just went above and beyond to make this episode special.
Hmm.
So like yeah, credit to him. Yeah,
Yeah.
a timing director on the show from since season 2. And his other claim to fame on the show is introducing Craig to Lauren.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you know,
Right.
he changed many lives and made me laugh a lot. And another credit,
There
I
you
have to
go.
say, this is a Dave Smith episode. And I'm very glad he got this one. I've
Hmm.
been like Dave Smith's like biggest like fan, like you know, every time we do an episode of his, and this is probably his most iconic, and like the reason why he's great. Like he could turn like because like these storyboarders just get like an outline, you know, they just get a beat by beat outline of like you know what happens because they didn't use scripts on this show. So like
Hmm.
yeah, someone like him could just turn this into like you know something that fully like sucks the comedy out of that premise
Right.
to its fullest potential. So like this and Supervillain, I guess, are his two most iconic. And you know, I like all of his episodes, but this one isn't divisive like something like Fallen Arches,
Yeah.
because like nobody has any sympathy for this idiot. He's just really stupid. He kind of
No.
gave up since
No, he's just a stupid, bumbling, like, criminal dude.
he could have gotten away with stealing too if like he just if he just
If
you
it
know
weren't for those meddling kids.
no he could have got
Sorry,
away with like
I
stealing
had
like
to.
still like you know breaking the bank heist in the first place if he just ran away from the crime and didn't pursue it.
Yeah. But he really wanted that jewel, man.
And then
I
eventually
mean,
the
he
cereal.
might have had what's it called? What's the fallacy? One where it's like you've invested so much into it that
What,
you
as
like you
actor?
can't quit. No. There's a certain kind of fallacy out there. I forget what it's called. Where after you've invested so much time, it's like you it's better to see it through than quit while you're behind. Man, I can't remember what that fallacy
I'm
is
no
called.
fallacy
Hang on.
king, sir. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I do have to just like
The sunk cost fallacy. It's the sunk cost fallacy. It's where you think that because you invested so much into something that it's better to continue to invest in it and see it through than to just call it quits. And he basically falls victim to that.
I mean, I could respect how ambitious he is, but he's such a dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff Bennett
really
once again
is.
is doing just a ton of work on this episode.
Yep.
I love Lucky Captain Rabbit King in the commercial too. Like it's funny that like he does both voices, which is
Mm-hmm.
right. That's not Tom doing Lucky Captain Rabbit King, is it?
I don't think so.
Yep, no, it's Jeff. So like I just love it. Like it's like ridiculous. Lucky Captain Rabbit King. Captain Rabbit King nuggets are for the use. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just
And
love
like the fact that the girls essentially take on the role of the kids, like
Yeah.
just basically preventing him from getting any cereal.
It's
And
it's
again,
also-
it's like it
it's
just
like imitative
escalates
behavior,
so
like, having
well.
fun doing it too.
Yeah, I know. And like it just continues to escalate to where like like we said, he literally just breaks down crying over this box of cereal.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god. Like,
It's kind of funny,
I
like
feel real bad. Like, could you imagine if the Trix Rabbit had there was a commercial where the Trix Rabbit just was like, guys, please, I just want some
I just want-
cereal. Why are you doing this to me?
oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh my god. It's like, wow, I actually
That-
kind of feel bad for you.
Oh,
Like,
all that dude wanted.
I mean, I
cereal.
don't, but wow.
I mean, I also, the girls kind of just like dumb '90s kids in this episode. It's like the writers just watched Kids WB for like you know a few minutes. Like, okay, what's on this channel? And they just saw the commercials. Like, it so perfectly emulates that.
Right. It does. It
Yeah,
really
even
does.
though the box art is accurate, like it looks like an actual cereal box art from that era.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And again, like the animation style of the commercial as well. It looks exactly like a Trix commercial would in the
Yeah,
90s.
and it's
or
like
a
it's
Lucky
well
Charms
animated, but
commercial
like
would.
also like bland at the same time, which is kind of what those serious
Yeah.
commercials looked like.
Yeah. No, the coloring is washed out.
Yeah, it's washed out.
Like,
Like,
it's
yeah,
it's
so
more pastel-y.
yeah, so like you know, it's good looking, but like also not at the same time. So, and also something underrated that I never really was paying attention to as a kid was just like the tagline for the series. It says for the Irish seafaring noblemen in you, which is something no child can relate to.
Yeah.
Which I like, you know, I only caught that on a recent rewatch, and I was like, oh my god, that's so hilarious. That is so dumb. Also, like a Captain Rabbit King nuggets are like a disgusting cereal. Like the cereal is gross.
Oh, have you had some?
I have not, but it's tuna ruby marshmallow bits.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I just assumed like that it was just in theme with like the Captain Crunch like ocean theme. You know what I mean?
I mean, I didn't think about that, but like Captain America.
Like tuna ruby. Like I just think it's like, oh yeah, okay. It's like tuna, like because it's ocean themed, but it's marshmallow. It's gonna taste like
Oh,
marshmallow.
that makes
Yeah,
you know what? I guess
that's how
maybe
I
it's not
interpreted
disgusting.
it.
Yeah, you're right. I just assumed that it was gross. Okay, because it was a cartoon.
I mean, maybe that was the intent. I think it just depends on how you interpret the verbs or the adjectives. Excuse me.
Well, I'm not an Irish seafaring nobleman, I suppose.
So how can you relate to it
I
then?
know.
Exactly. You would be quick to judge it and say it's
I
gross.
mean, also,
Maybe
I
it
also like
isn't.
how they kind of have like a crappy mascot costume. Like they they captured that perfectly. He's also just a great design for like a one-off character, the Lucky Captain
Yep.
Raptor.
Mhm.
Especially, I love his fat suit design.
Yeah, definitely.
And it has a like it has a like Powerpuff slash Dexter's Lab design ethos where like the characters like in a suit, but like somehow they're animated.
Yep. Yeah, and actually, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but like the science outfits in the factory, like the cereal factory outfits, they look exactly like Dexter's lab coat. Like they're basically identical in design.
Bunch of
almost.
Dexters, yeah. And it's
Yeah,
basically
so-
it's basically like General Mills, right? Generally food cereal.
Generally food. Yeah, it's a play on General Mills. Yep.
Generally fools. It's kind of like a diss almost. Very funny.
Yep.
Because children's cereal is just not food at all.
It's eraser shavings or pencil shavings. It's what my teachers used to say. They used to say, cereal is just a bunch of like they took a bunch of pencil shavings and put them all in a giant bag and mixed them all up.
And did that stop anybody from eating it? No.
Nope. What's your favorite cereal, RJ? While we're on the subject, what's your favorite cereal?
I haven't eaten cereal in probably like 2 years now. But just because for multiple reasons, I probably shouldn't go back to eating cereal really. But
Hey, in all fairness, I also do not eat cereal at all.
Yeah.
I haven't in a very long time. But
it's
I
bad
mean, I've
for
had
digestion.
like, a bowl here or there very rarely. But anyway,
I do like cereal. I just haven't. I think it's best that we part ways. My favorite was probably Fruity Pebbles.
fair.
Yeah, very good cereal.
It's a fair answer.
Fred Flintstone on it. What more can you want? It's sweet. Its flavor always satisfies me.
My top 3, for me personally, top 3. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, number 1.
Okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is bangers. Second favorite would probably be Apple Jacks. Love Apple
Oh
Jacks
yes,
as well.
that's right.
Apple Jacks are great. And then third, I actually really like Frosted Flakes.
Frosted. Yeah. Okay, those are okay
I know.
choices.
I know. So some people are like Frosted Flakes, yeah, but I don't know. I like Frosted Flakes.
I like Frosted Flakes too, but like I don't know.
There's some other cereals out there that I do like too. I've actually, funnily enough, I've never liked any of the cookie themed cereals, with the exception of
there are
Oreo
gimmicks.
O's.
Cookie
What was
Crisp
that?
is a gimmick.
Yeah. I don't like Cookie Crisp. I don't like Reese's Puffs. I don't like
hate Reese's
like
Puffs,
any of those. Yeah, I don't like any of those like chocolate cereal in general. Not really my thing. And the fruity stuff's like Fruit Loops are all right, I guess. And I mean, Trix or whatever.
Oops, yeah.
I was never
Trix
big
is-
on fruity or chocolatey
I'm not that big
cereal.
on Trix. I could do for chocolate cereals. I could do Cocoa Krispies or like Cocoa Pebbles. I don't eat them a lot, but like
Yeah, I was never big on either of those.
really interesting. I mean, my thing is, I didn't grow up eating sugary cereals. Like that was like a very once in a while thing for me. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my Fruity Pebbles. I probably will still like enjoy a box of Fruity Pebbles if I had one. But like I will go through it too fast. Just multiple things. It's just like not the best for
Mhm.
my health as an adult man.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, I also, when I was younger, I really liked honeycombs as well.
Oh, yes, underrated pick. You're right. I love those too. Yeah, I like Rice Krispies too. I like Raisin Bran is cool too.
Rice
Like
Krispies,
the
yeah,
boring
Rice
one.
Krispies were fine.
Yeah, for like the boring.
I still technically eat Rice Krispies because we make homemade Rice Krispie treats from time to time.
Oh yeah, well, those are great. I haven't had a homemade one in a long time, which I suppose is my fault. I should probably make one like over the holidays. Now that
Mhm.
you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that, RJ.
Yeah, definitely. Let's
Yeah.
do that, RJ.
Somebody should also make this like how come does like people like channels like Feast of Fiction, do they ever make like cereals? Because they should just do this one. Do you think this is an appropriate episode to talk about the Powerpuff cereal, or do you wanna
Yeah, I think so. I was actually going to bring that up because, yeah, it's ironic because a Powerpuff cereal came out, I think, after this episode was made.
Yeah. I guess closer to like the time of the end of the season because I remember an article about the Beatles episode mentioning the cereal. But yeah, I think like maybe like a year earlier, Cartoon Network did this contest. They had a Dexter's Lab cereal. They had a few other cartoons. They had Johnny Bravo, Ed and Eddie, Cow and Chicken. Do you remember these cereals? Do you want me to send you a picture of them?
Sure. I definitely didn't. I definitely never had the Powerpuff cereal, though.
I haven't.
I can't say that I had it, so I have no idea what it was
People
like.
said it's good. People who have had it said it was a good cereal. That they miss it. And to be honest, like they could probably re-release it. I wouldn't. Powerpuff Girls is a well-known enough IP that they could bring that back if they really wanted to, if the rights were all in order. So I kind of
Right.
more faith than I have in a reboot of this show. I think the cereal could come back. Why not? I'll buy it. I'll return the cereal if they release that. So here we go. They have Ed and Eddie Jawbreaker Crunch, which I don't know what cereal that's really emulating. Cow and Chicken
Maybe
Puffs.
Pops?
There's a lot of Pops. Yeah, like the Powerpuff Girl stuff looks like Pops.
Yeah, actually, all three of those look like the same cereal, to be
Yeah,
honest with
they
you.
really are, with just recolors. Johnny Bravo
Yep.
Flakes, which is just Frosted Flakes but just bigger.
Yep.
Lame. Yeah, actually these are lame. Mike Lou and Ugg, chocolate and coconut. One coconut is fine, but no. Also bad IP to put out in the cereal. Who's gonna buy that? Be real.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I've only ever seen on TV, I saw one episode of Mike Lou and Og one time in my entire life. I don't remember anything that happened or any of it, but I know I saw it. I can't remember how old I was. I can't remember what year it was. I can't remember when it was, but I do remember being on my couch and consciously acknowledging I am watching Mike Lou and Og right now.
I've seen it. Well, I shouldn't bash it. That wasn't nice, but
No, it's not a good show. You can bet.
really, I mean, I can't remember. That's the thing. I'm sure I've seen it before.
I also can't remember it, but I remember not liking it, so I know it's bad. So there you go.
Yeah, I think I only bash it because it looks like a Nickelodeon show, but that's not really fair.
Honestly, I will say of all the cereals here, I think the ones that interest me the most are Dexter and Courage.
Yeah, I like Dexter cereal the best, which
bottom.
is just Rice Krispies but colored. It's Rice Krispies and Lucky Charms.
No. Color changing marshmallow bits, RJ.
Well, yeah,
The
it's
marshmallows change color in milk.
so yeah, and then
Rice Krispies don't have color changing marshmallows. That makes it different.
so I don't know what either the contest wasn't factored in, maybe it was separate, but somehow Powerpuff won, with an entirely different cereal, or maybe Powerpuff didn't win. I don't know. People have said a lot of things, but
One what? Sorry, remind me again.
the contest, Powerpuff won the contest. I don't know if they actually won the contest or like
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure the details. Multiple people have said multiple things. I haven't heard anything from a source at Kellogg. So
Allegedly, yeah.
regardless, they released something I believe in 2001. And it was like they were kind of like Rice Krispies, but they had like a fizzle to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Good box art. I guess
Yep.
kind of came out during their peak popularity. And Kellogg's also released Pop Tarts at this time too.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Yep.
actually Kellogg's did commercials for both of them. So they're kind of like the Lucky Catherine and Rabbit King commercial where like they have like really, I mean, a lot of people like this. I mean, like great work by the people who did it, but like
Yep.
I think Powerpuff just looks wrong in this style.
Mm-hmm.
Like Powerpuff Girls just should not have this much animation. I think it looks weird because they weren't designed for it. But the cereal commercial makes me laugh too because like Mojo says he has like the he has a plan to like finally get the girls once and for all, and it's like new Powerpuff Girls cereal. It's a cereal commercial, but like it also seems kind of in character because he's such an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's a Kellogg's commercial, and I think it has like a voice error. One of the girls has the voice of another girl, but fun commercial with violence in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Love some violence.
yeah, the Pop Tarts has its own commercial, but I also like there's like a Pop Tarts like ad where like they're just like Buttercup just like punches Joe through like a ton of walls, and like the slogan's like Mojo didn't see this coming either. Yeah, super funny.
Mm-hmm.
And they were berry Pop Tarts too, so I'm not the hugest Pop Tart fan. Even though, ironically, I was so desperate that like at work I got like a Pop Tarts out of a vending machine because I didn't eat breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, even though I'm a grown man who ate a Pop Tart this morning, I'm not the biggest fan of Pop Tarts. Which, yeah, and these could make a return too, I'm sure, one day. I think it's possible. But I would try the
I'm not getting
Pop
my hopes up.
Tarts. Well, I'm not banking
Not to
on
be
them coming back,
pessimist,
but like I don't like I really feel like that's not the craziest idea for them to make a return because like it's not. I don't know. It's still a franchise that makes money. If they really wanted to, they probably could. I'm not saying that they will, but
money.
money. People would buy it.
Money.
But yeah, that's a Kellogg's, and I guess we'll save the Got Milk talk for the movie, I suppose. If you even remember those, do you remember the Got Milk commercials?
Of course, I remember the Got Milk commercials.
Probably around the same time, but yeah, I guess we'll save that for the movie, or maybe season 4. Or if we don't have news one day, maybe we'll save it for that.
The movie.
Yes.
For what?
If we don't have news on a season 4 episode, we could do the Got Milk commercials.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so back to half of the greatest half hour of television. Just like the way it starts is just like great too. Like the the narrator see what I mean is fun, and like he sees the power goes just like, oh fudge.
Yeah.
Just a funny way to start an episode. And that poor guy who just throws in the water in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the narrator. The narrator almost hypes him up. He's like, "Is this the most brilliant like villain they've ever seen?" He's like, "Nope, just a lucky son of a gun." And they really get to show you how much of an idiot he is in the beginning. Like he just talks to the Jewel. It's such a funny like dirtbag voice Jeff Bennett does. Like, "You're a bad baby running away from daddy." It's so stupid.
It is. Yeah, it's kind of sus.
Yeah, gosh. And yeah, he goes through like he just ruins. There's no staff at that store, so he just like ruins all the boxes of cereal in that aisle of mouths.
Yep.
And then Professor
it's
says,
the one box he didn't touch.
Yeah. Professor just doesn't care about this man who's been here all day. Clearly, the professor went through all this way to like get the cereal, and like the girls don't really even care because they're watching TV.
Yep. Like
latchkey kids. Yeah, but it's also just so funny the first time he shows up at their house. Like he's clearly like he's just like this out of touch like adult, like the sketchy adult man. He's like, I'm the character in that commercial you just saw.
Yeah.
And the girls, there's a great expression on the girls. Like, they really do like crazy expressions for the girls. That's a really fun one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised Craig McCracken even approved of that because it seems like he usually wouldn't approve stuff like that based on what people who've worked on the show have said. He's really picky about how the girls are drawn. Which is why you've seen them like some of like the later stuff, like they really went crazy. Like especially even on season 5 and 6, like some of the poses of the girls in that, it's like they were getting away with something. It was almost like Craig's not here, like let's draw them however we want.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the voice is so funny. He's just like, cool it down. He just such a crappy voice.
Yeah.
So here's I will be aided by Puff Pop.
Okay.
He says the captain and Tennille has a headache, which is apparently a soft rock act from the 70s, which I did not know. Okay, so that's a little fun fact.
Huh.
I always wondered kind of what that means, but I just accepted it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how desperate he is. It's like, hey, did you just see my twin brother? Weak.
Yeah. Then he just walks away.
Yeah, I remember I was watching this with somebody else. Like it was probably like this might be like one of the first episodes of the show that they ever saw, and like they were just like, why does this guy just loves like kidnapping people and like taking their clothes? Weird dude.
Very.
And the funny thing is like, yeah, so we already talked about like the the helicopter scene, but it's just so. What's funny on top of it is that he put on a Santa suit on top of his costume for whatever reason, just to do this like to do this heist.
Yep.
Just some more on the him falling in the trash can is hilarious. He falls like there's one where I would think he jumps into like the other side of the house and falls in the trash can again.
Yeah, and then the squirrel attacks him.
Yeah, such a great. Yeah, and that's when the second helicopter comes. It's just such a funny fail. Yeah. Gosh, I think we covered it. Also, I have to say, like This one is not just satisfying on the writing levels, like the art is very good in this episode too. There's some really nice, they're mostly like blue night scenes, but like, very nice painting technique on a lot of these.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good looking episode all around. Oh, also I do have to acknowledge I do love the scene where like he dresses up as a giant monster because he thought that would work for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, and yep.
What a dummy, yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think we got everything. We repeated the entirety of the episode to the viewers who have probably already seen it.
Basically, yeah, we did.
How could we not do that though?
I know. I mean, it's just a hilarious episode full of great gags and
also yes, once
highly recommend.
Like representative of why season 3 is so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Truly, yep.
And also, yeah, like the narrator has a great closing too. So like from beginning to end, it's very entertaining. And he says part of this nutritious and delicious breakfast is probably like they probably didn't even know the show was getting a cereal. So like it's kind of ironic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's similar to Collect Her in that regard, where it's like eventually merch came to be.
Yeah.
Same thing as cereal came to be.
Like joked into existence.
Yeah, effectively, yes.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, we ready to move on?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. All right. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and we'll move on to part 2 of this week's episode. The second half of this being the episode Super Zeros.
Yes.
The pun here is that the girls change their identities to become different heroes, but they're zeros because they suck and they're terrible and zero. So yeah. Basically, the girls are consuming superhero media, and they basically take inspiration from it and decide to get rid of the Powerpuff identity, get rid of their personas, and become new heroes with different themes around them. So, Blossom basically becomes a Wonder Woman inspired like hero.
Yeah.
Buttercup goes for a Spawn inspired hero, and Bubbles goes for like a Japanese bunny.
Yeah, like Hello Kitty type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so basically they each don these new appearances and costumes and gimmicks and whatever, and the episode just kind of makes fun of them for it. Because rather than going for practicality, which is what the show has usually been about, they decide to go for aesthetic and value aesthetic more, and the show just kind of pokes fun at that by putting these different characters into scenarios where it all of a sudden doesn't seem very practical or useful for saving the day, and they're going more for again the glamour side of a hero rather than the day saving side of it.
Yeah.
One of the best examples of the episode is where the girls have to they get a call and they have to go into the city, and I love the editing on this shot too, where Blossom gets in her vehicle, Buttercup sits on the couch, Bubbles pogos her way there, and then the monster is destroying the city. And this is like very like almost like Samurai Jack-esque editing at one point, where you can see like, okay, the top row is, Blossom is driving through traffic, and then you see Buttercup sitting on the couch, and you see Bubbles and she's pogo sticking along the sidewalk, and then the monster destroying the city, and then you see the progression of time, and then the sun begins to set, and then it gets dark, and then as soon as it gets dark out, Buttercup gets up off the couch and leaves, and it's like, that's just one example of it, but it's honestly
shot.
Great.
It's a complicated shot to put together, right? Especially in cell animation.
Very.
And like another thing is like, the color changes, and it's all beautiful, and it's funny too because like. Like the professor and Buttercup are just like at the couch and just like staring at each other awkwardly, and then Buttercup just leaves. It's just very funny.
Yeah, very.
Yeah,
very amusing.
This one, probably my favorite episode. Actually, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is I say probably
of the show.
Yeah, of the show.
Wow. Okay.
Which
fair pick. Don't get me wrong. Fair pick.
I say probably because I go back and forth between a lot of them. I mean, Bare Facts is also amazing. Technically, Bubble Vicious is probably, like, from a writing standpoint, Bubble Vicious is probably the best episode. That and Rainy Day is probably the best episode too. So like, I go back and forth between all of those, but like recently I've really loved this one.
Mm-hmm.
And also it captures
Yeah, I
something
mean, for me,
I
Rainy Day is still going to be top, like number one. But
sure.
this and the previous episode are both like up there, up there.
Yeah.
Like probably both are top 10.
Yeah, I mean like I think probably like Jewel of the Isle probably overshadowed this one for me as a kid, but like watching it more like rewatching this like one, it's funny throughout the whole episode, and like it's also just it has like a theme that like, it's why the series is good, like,
Mm-hmm.
because like they might not look like the cool superheroes on that like, on the surface, but it's really about what they do, right?
Yep.
And I think this one was an interesting thing for Craig too, because it's interesting. Bubble says the line like, "Look at me, I'm all dark and tormented," and he literally says dark and tormented in this interview with the AV Club into the 2000s. So like he has this problem. He basically what he's saying is like this. There's this embarrassment with superheroes in the culture. He had a problem with the X-Men movie because they like everything they put out at that time. Everybody had to have like black leather suits and stuff
Uh-huh.
because they didn't want to make them look fun and colorful, and he also doesn't like when like they don't make Superman a Boy Scout and that stuff. It's like, they should be the
Mm-hmm.
characters, they should have be able to have bright colors and be fun as long as as long as they do superhero stuff. So I think
Yeah.
this episode was kind of his chance to like talk about that subject,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a perfect episode for the Powerpuff Girls to do, on top of just being really funny.
Indeed.
And yeah, it's just one of those episodes where I think like the writing is like exactly where it should be,
Mm-hmm.
and just like also the art, just artistically.
Yeah.
Like it already starts out with like this amazing comic. That's also funny. Is like with my last regret, and it's like trademarked. He's like, "You're right. I'm sorry." And the girl's readings of it is very entertaining. I love Buttercup's reading of Spore. It's like easy just using her like raps to the fullest. Like that hurt more than it hurt me. Also, Spore is a brutal comic. An impressionable child like Buttercup should not be reading Spore.
Well, if it's anything like Spawn.
But did you notice he basically just cut somebody in like one of the panels? He just cut
Mhm.
somebody to death, and there's just a bunch like a splattering of blood. He has a gun. Like it's so exaggerated. Of like, I don't know if I would go far enough to say that it's a parody of Frank Miller, but like dark comics, I would say.
Right.
Because Frank Miller, I guess, is technically good. Well, yeah, not all the time. That's a different that's a different story, I guess. But yeah. Which one of the girls has your favorite theme?
Buttercups.
Yeah. I'm a Sport fan all the
Buttercups.
way.
Me.
The voice just kills me. Like that is one of the funniest. I think that's like the funniest thing Buttercup's ever done. It's like, hey, it's a little dark out here, so I'm just gonna sit this one out, okay? Like
Yeah, because she hates the light.
she hates the light. It's like, hey, do you have any idea who you're talking to?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
I think this episode's great.
mhm.
Oh, continue. Continue.
And one of my favorite like professor things in any episode is like, which I think is an underrated gag. Nobody talks about like the comic strip that he reads. Like he
Oh,
kind
the
of
Sunday comic newspaper type thing.
yeah, the newspaper strip, like it's like one of the series like adventure like dramatic strips that you still see. They're just not as iconic as the funny ones, I suppose. There's some long runners
Yeah.
in there, but like yeah, like he says like, oh, to be young and impressionable, like he's more mature than them, but like he clearly like wishes he was Dr. Adam Magnum PhD. Like this, it's what's funny. What sells it is just the way Tom Kane delivered it. Just like, darn it, Jane, I'm not just mixing beverages here. Like that was always like that line sticks in my head forever. Like I always thought that was hilarious. Like, darn it, Jane. Oh man. And it's by Larry Huber, which is a guy who worked at Hanna-Barbera. I think he was also when like some of like the younger generation at that time, like Craig and like, Rob Renzetti and Gendy and Paul Rudish were coming in. I think he would kind of work well with them a lot of the times. And,
Mhm.
help them get their films done. I think he worked with them on Two Stupid Dogs. So like, I don't even think he didn't even work on Powerpuff at all, but like he was clearly on the crew members' mind. I think he had a lot to do with their success in Hanna-Barbera early on. And he is also the co-creator of Chalk Zone, I guess.
Who's got the chalk?
Yeah, well, he had the chalk. I guess that show would probably just be starting up at this time, right? And E.G. Daly's on that show too.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you look at the professor's newspaper, like It looks like Don Shank is getting arrested, and I guess it's a reference to Charlie Bean, like why Charlie?
Why, Charlie?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Like also, this episode just has a lot of subtle, understated humor, which I like. I like the interaction with like the professor and the mayor on their phone. Also, like the professor clearly does not want to get the phone. It's just like a funny little like domestic scene. Like he's so annoyed that he has to answer the hotline.
Hmm.
And then Mr. Terrible, like you know, back and forth is very funny to me. It's like he's kind of like just pissed off at them for the whole episode. Like he immediately disapproves of this.
Yeah, because he realizes, how ridiculous they are. They're getting caught up in the glamour of these other heroes when he's like, but this is impractical. Just like go fight the monster with your powers. Like, you know,
Right? Yeah, and you know,
that's
it's
the
like
whole point. Better heroes, huh?
better heroes, huh? And it's like the city of Townsend could really use the Powerpuff Girls right about now. He's like the Powerpuff Girls aren't here. What do you mean not here?
Yeah.
Just once again, like just great acting. It's like it's also just like it's just parent stuff too. Like your kids are just saying ridiculous things. You're just like trying to hold your frustration.
Yeah, and then like I mentioned, like that sequence happens, and then like it gets to the point where like they show up, and then the mayor literally flips out on them too, and he's like, the mayor's already the monster already left.
Yeah,
Like
better
you guys are too late. He's already gone.
And he calls them.
So what's the
Placid.
girl's solution?
He calls them.
It's not. It's not to go back to being themselves. Their solution is we're just going to sleep here in the park so that we're already here. So when the monster shows up tomorrow, we'll be ready. And that's what they do.
And Blossom's still role playing too. He's like, so you're back.
Yeah. And Buttercup's just like, I'm going to sit this one out.
Yeah, which I love, by the way. Yeah. And you're right. The storyboarding on like the Blossom sequence is great when she's getting in the car.
Yep.
This is a very
it's
funny.
phenomenal.
It's also just funny that she could just drive in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I like this like Buttercup is just like doing something satanic, which I also love that they just have that in this episode.
Yep. She makes a pact with a demon.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool
pretty great.
storyboarding too. Bubbles stuff is like really great. She goes to like this like imaginary land. There's also this really interesting
bed,
design
yeah.
for like the bird, which I do wonder. I don't remember. I really wish I could remember this character's name, but there's like some like chocolate like Japanese mascot, and he's like a bird, and he has a long beak, it's kind of similar to this character, and I wonder if they looked at that character for it. I mean, I doubt it, but like there is a chance because he's a little similar to that. I cannot remember that character's name for the life of me. I think he had an anime for like a very short time in the early 2000s. He was kind of a big deal then. If somebody knows the name of this character, please remind me. Yeah, and great color schemes on the backgrounds too in that scene. I just love, but yeah, there's also Mange comes out and she doesn't want to go out and she stays in the house because it's too bright. And he's just like I love like the cutting between like him saying like oh and he slams the door and then the monster destroys the building. Which is very funny cutting. And probably one of the cutest Bubbles things. Her doing the Harmony Bunny, right?
Yes, absolutely.
The professor is charmed for it briefly until, it kind of seems like it's getting out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, we do have to point out that the the mayor has a Jigglypuff watch. Very strange Jigglypuff, but he's a fan.
I guess so. Yep.
Yeah, so he's acting like a man child of 2000, which I assume you could easily get a Jigglypuff watch at that time, right?
Probably.
We could get
I
a
don't see
Sea
why
Watch,
they wouldn't be a thing.
right? Didn't I show you? I showed you the Pokemon Sea Watch commercial, right?
You did.
I think that was a subject on a different
You
podcast. Yeah, Pokemon training makes you hungry. Yeah, very very strange commercial, guys. If you haven't seen that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, when you rewatch this episode, you really do notice like there's a lot of screen caps of this episode online.
Yep.
And of course, by the way, we already
There
mentioned that like this got a pop figure recently, which I think that's cool that they're starting to reference stuff that actually happened in episodes because it's kind of rare for Powerpuff merch a lot of the time.
Yep.
A lot of the times it's just the girls kind of just doing whatever. And yeah, we neglected to. We haven't even like touched on Steve the Monster yet.
No, which is like the big plot twist reveal at the very end of the episode that also introduces lore
Right.
into the series with Monster Island.
Right.
Which explains where the monsters come from as well.
And they kind of doing like a old like film reel style, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. And that's like, also Steve the Monster. That's just like probably my favorite monster design in the city, in like the series. I mean, that is such a great design.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess it's based on like a I mean, they're very specifically referencing something from like I guess a Sentai show. I don't remember. Have you ever seen the image of what they're referencing?
I don't think so.
Steve the
Do
Monster.
you have it?
I don't have it. I thought I remembered, but I don't. Let me see. I could find it. Ah, Hedora or Hedora. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly Steve the Monster.
Okay.
And you know, it's Steve Bradley Baker doing like just his normal guy voice, which is like one of the things that he just does in cartoons. Like it's such an average, like, you know, like bland voice. Like some guy you would see in like Bikini Bottom too is like, my name is Steve, I'm a monster. And it's like he just has like this conversational tone. It's very funny.
Yeah.
He's not the
2
first
days
monster
of no
to speak.
shows,
But I like him
now
better than
this.
Fred. Fred was a nice
Yeah,
guy.
I like him better than Fred,
I
too.
like Steve. Steve is iconic.
Yeah.
And I like, yeah, he talks himself into like getting killed basically. And you know, he's just like that's more like it, and then he can't even finish his sentence because he's getting beat up. And hey, I also remember this clip was on Twitter, right, of this whole thing. And I do remember one of the comments just said like, that music at the end made me want to beat somebody's ass. I'm very serious. And I I agree with that statement. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, this show's probably a bad influence on everybody. But yeah, you know, probably my favorite episode, and I think I just kind of just ran through it very obsessively. But you know, great design work, writing that's amazing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, I don't think this clearly isn't on your favorites list, but like, is it at least your favorite in the season? One of your favorites in the season?
This pairing is my favorite pairing of the season, yeah.
This might be my favorite
love
pairing
both
of the
episodes.
series. Well, there also is Bubble Vicious and the Bear Facts.
Right. I don't know what I would say my favorite pairing is, but this is my favorite pairing of the season.
Yeah, I
The
think
previous one being probably my second favorite.
yes, yeah, okay. I think I could say this is my favorite pairing, other than I mean, Rainy Day and the sequel to Supervillain is pretty good. I don't know if it's like
Mhm.
the same level though. Something's amiss and Slumbering with
Yeah.
the Enemy is good, but I don't know. I'll say this one.
Fair enough. Cool. Yeah, I mean, you basically summed up most of my feelings. I mean, I think the episode's great. I love the different character designs, you know, and the different styles and themes and everything really that come with it. I love it. I think it's great. I think the ending's great. It's fun.
Right. And I wish we knew more about
Yeah.
the people who drew those comics for the episode. It's probably somebody on
Mhm.
staff because I know a lot of these guys are probably great draftsmen, but you know, you can't really see anything in the credits for who did it, you know. And yeah, this is definitely my favorite episode, also voided by Clay Morrell for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess his most recent thing I guess he would be known for is he was one of the heads of the Cuphead show.
Yep.
And also, yeah, married to Cindy Morrow, another board artist on the show that does great episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, if that's all, then I guess we can move on to our Q&A section. So let's go ahead and do it. As a reminder, feel free to leave a question for us to answer during Q&A on either the comments of the YouTube video you're listening to or on Spotify, or look out for a community post that I've made where you can ask questions on that if you'd like instead. Just a heads up, because we're kind of going through it and we're like over halfway through season 3 at this point. We're going to avoid repeat questions. So if you're hearing this and you ask a repeat question, unless I forget, of course, we're going to end up skipping over it. So just be mindful of that. If we've already answered a question on the podcast before, we're probably not going to answer it again unless, of course, I forget that we answered it. So just wanted to throw that out there. But anyway, this week, we're actually going to do 2 different questions from 2 different users. The first of these questions is going to be from Ozzy9607. They already asked any good episodes from season 5 and 6. We've answered this before. Their second question, however, we can answer, which is what revival or reboot shows would you like to be made? RJ, are there any reboots or revivals that you would like to be made of a show of any kind?
Reboots or revivals? No.
Same. No.
Whoa.
I don't want anything. I'm at that point where I don't care. I don't need a reboot. I don't need a revival of anything I like. I don't need it. I'll just continue to consume what has already been made.
Revivals.
I'm good.
You know what? They could make a few more episodes of Invader Zim if they actually did it right.
If they did it to the level of Enter the Florpus, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for it, but I'd be okay with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that show deserves more episodes. I mean, it was very short-lived.
Yeah. I think I actually do have an answer for a revival. It's never going to happen, but Final Space needs to come back and be finished.
Yeah. I think, that makes sense.
I will stand by that.
My brain
answer,
is thinking about
actually.
live action shows. I'm assuming this is about animation, but
probably. But if you wanted to say live action, go for it. I mean,
I can't think of any. Now that I think about it, a lot of the shows I like haven't run for a long time. You know what's an interesting one? Not even that I'm like a huge fan of this one, but like I would like to see where whatever happened to Robot Jones went if it went on longer, because it had a lot of interesting stuff going for it. Not that I like loved the series, but like at the same time, a lot of shows get better after like their first 1 or 2 seasons. So like I really wonder, maybe it would turn into like a great show if it kept going. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess my answer is Invader Zim. Yeah. I didn't think I had an answer to it, but I do.
There you go. Okay, so that's their question. And then the second question comes from Gilligan V2.
Gilligan.
They ask, do you think there were too little recurring villains, or there were too many one-off villains, or the amount of both was balanced enough throughout the whole series?
Wow, interesting.
I think it was balanced. I think we had a good number of recurring villains, and the one-offs were fine. I mean, there's a couple one-offs, the Boogeyman, that I think could have come back one or two more times. I think Sedusa could have come back another
yeah, that's the real take, yeah.
About. But no, for the most part, I mean, we had our main core, Mojo, him, Fuzzy, Princess, Gangrene Gang, and then it's like that's kind of like the number one. Those are like the 5 most recurring. And then you got a second tier where it's like, okay, these villains showed up a couple times. The Amoeba Boys, Rowdy Rough Boys, Sedusa, like those characters, like, okay, they appeared in a couple episodes each. And then after that, you've got the one-off villains, and that's just, that's it.
And
I think that's perfectly fine. I think that is a very fair way that the show kind of distributed things. I have great question, but I think it's perfectly fine as it is.
Yeah. That's a very interesting question, because I kind of want a more interesting answer, but like, no, I think it's pretty balanced,
Yeah, no complaints. Like I said, I think yeah, maybe you probably could do another episode with Sedusa, maybe even another Amoeba Boys episode potentially. I think that there's definitely
they're kind of limited in themselves,
but yeah. So I mean, I think overall though, I mean, really 5 villains, or I guess 4 villains in a group. I think that's enough to carry what it did, and it worked out. And then there's a lot of one-off characters. It's like, did we need another episode with Abracadabra? No, not really. 1 was enough, but we could have had a sequel again.
Yeah, Roach Coach, I don't think I need to see again.
Yeah, well, no, it still bothers me that Roach Coach's name dropped in the ending theme song when he's a one-off.
You never get over that,
and then never again. I will never get over it because it bothers me. Like, it's like, pick a different villain. Like, I'm not blaming Biz for this. I don't really know who to blame. I don't know if anyone's at fault, but it just bothers me. It's like, this is a one-off villain that nobody actually like really cares about outside of him being in the first episode.
Oh yeah, well, that is true.
Like it should be him, or the Gangrene Gang.
That is true. Yeah, and I like the Gangrene Gang a lot. So yeah.
I don't know. Change it to like, watch out, there goes the Gangrene Gang or something. I don't know. Just change that. That's all you have to do. But yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that was a great question. Sorry, I didn't have like RJ said. Sorry, I didn't have a more interesting answer. But
right.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, that being said, that'll just about do it for this week's episodes that we had to talk about on the City of Soundsville podcast. As always, feel free to check me out on YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel for the City of Soundsville podcast. Check us out on Spotify. If you'd rather switch from the platform you're listening on to the other one, by all means, we're on both. We're never going to Apple. Thank RJ for that one. Yes, I'm going to continue to shame you for that every time.
Well, you should have shamed me for it because I forgot about it.
Well, it's okay. Except it's not, but whatever. So anyway, next time on our next episode of our podcast, we're going to be talking about the next episode pairing of season 3. That of course being the pairing Candy is Dandy and Catastrophe.
Yay.
So, definitely look forward to that. And we will see you guys in the next episode. So until then, take care of yourselves. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh yeah.
And we'll see you then.
Yeah, happy freaking holidays, guys.
So once again, the day is saved. Thanks to Green Buttercups, Blue Bubbles, and Pink Blossoms, the Powerpuff Girls, part of this delicious, nutritious breakfast.